Wait a minute. You're telling me that Bankroll Farms has a higher APY and there's no impermanent loss?
Crypto Slow, cryptocurrency news and investing.
Crypto slow for more crypto gains. What's going on, guys? Huge news today. Bankroll Farms. Yes, Bankroll Farms has been released, and let me tell you, it looks really sweet. So let's get into it. Headed over to bankroll.network. If you're on the main page, you're basically going to click on the dots and click over onto farm. Let that load. And as always, do a control F5 to make sure you have the latest, greatest. Now, what are you going to need to get into the farming action? Well, first and foremost, you always need your tronlink, of course, and go over to bankroll.network. So what is it? So basically, Bankroll Farm is a place where you can yield farm a banker token with assorted assets, earn a great APY drip, and be part of an ecosystem that's been around for a really long time. So what assets are there to mine with? Well, you've got Sun, you've got Just, USDG, USDT, WTRX, which is a wrapped version of WTRX, WBTT, which is a wrapped version of the BTT token. And as you can see, looking right at it, the APYs look sweet. If we head on over to sun.io, you can see that Bankroll is absolutely destroying sun.io. The Sun pool only has an 84% APY, and if you're over on a farm, you've got a nice 225% APY. So going over the interface, you have your basic information, rewards, harvest, balance, what is available, and then below you have your farms. Now, for any of these assets, you can simply click on the get function here, and this will take you to the appropriate spot to get that primary asset. Well, actually, it's a secondary asset in this case, because banker is the primary asset. So if I click on this, I can go over and I can get my Sun, and then I can get in on the action. So let's get started with it. And then down below, you have the current banker price, total yield farm aggregate, number of farmers, which is blowing up, total farm balance, and the transactions. And a referral fee. Yes, you heard it right. The referral is back. 10% are referrals. As always, when you use the referral, this is an important point, and you pop it in, you need to make sure that you tell your buddy to bookmark, repeat, bookmark the referral address, okay? So I'll give that a star because your buddy won't get, you won't get referrals from your buddy unless he's using this full address. Now you're like, why don't you just use a cookie or something? Well, this way, you know, if your buddy pisses you off, you can change who is referring, you know, who the referral is basically at any given time. But make sure if you give your referral link out that you advise the person to use the full referral link every time they interact with the contract. Okay, so like I said, some basic stats here and there. So let's get started farming. So what do you need to do to get farming? Well, first you need a banker token. So basically, I don't like to use just swap for this. I just use the bankroll swap. There's a ton more liquidity, and it's pretty easy to do. You simply go over to the buy box, you put in how many TRX you want to spend, and then you get going. So let's go over back to the farm. So for the first part, I'm going to step you through getting Sun and mining with Sun token. So the first thing I need to do is I'm going to get some Sun. This is on JustSwap. Click on the trade, and I'm going to click in one Sun, 642. Okay, I hit swap, confirm swap. Sun will pop up. Now, Sun by default, I think, is already in your wallet. You know, you get that with Justin, and then it will pop here when the transaction processes. So now that I have some Sun, Okay, I'm going to select the pool. Now this is where you need to calculate. Remember, you need equal parts 50-50 when you enter the pool. But here is the magic. The Bankroll Farms has no impermanent loss. What does that mean? Basically, normally when you get in a pool 50-50, if one of the asset changes in prices, the pool rebalances your assets, which can cause a thing called impermanent loss because the ratios are trading differently. With the Bankroll Farm, here's the beauty. There is none. If you put in one sun and X amount of TRX, you get back. So you always get back the number of tokens that you put into the system, okay? That is the beauty. No impermanent loss, which obviously you can get super wrecked on a lot of these farms with the stupid impermanent loss. So let's check our balances here, make sure my sun popped up. All right, my sun is in my wallet. So after I've acquired sun, I recommend getting whatever you're going to get and then match it to Banker. I hit select. Now, the first time in the contract, you are going to have to hit the approval button. You hit approve and accept. Okay. That closes that window. And then you go back and you select it again. And now you can see. So now I click on the deposit button. Okay, it says one sun. I'm going to deposit one sun. It's going to tell me how many Banker I need. Sweet, not a problem. So then I can go back over to swap. I just have that in a separate window. And based on this, it said I needed about 202 Banker. So what I am going to do is I'll just buy 205. Shoot. So what I'm going to do is I will get about 205. So basically you just estimate how many you need. 100, so 700. Remember, this auto populates, so there's 220, not a problem. So I'm going to get some Banker. So remember, when you get in initially, you do need the 50-50 split to get into the pool. But after that, you're good to go. There's no rebalancing, okay? So one sun. I should have my Banker in my wallet by now. I can double check. All right, Banker 221, good to go. Deposit, but boom. Okay, that's it. Boom, I'm farming. So now let's talk about the bonuses. The Banker mining rate is still the same as it always been, but there's been a boost factor applied to this. This boost factor for most of these pools, it lasts about 37 days. So basically it goes over a year's period and it goes down by 1 each time. So now if I reselect, I see my divs have started rolling in already. Okay, so how do you collect your divs? Very simply, you just click on the claim button, and if you don't have energy in your wallet, it will use a little energy. Hit accept. Okay, if you wanted to get out of the pool, you can hit withdraw and revoke, or if you're hyper compounding, you can redeposit more. Okay, hyper compounding would mean I would take my Banker, sell half my stack, get some more sun, and then redeposit to keep hyper compounding my pool, right? So that's one approach that you can do. Or you can just claim your Banker. If you want to get out, you hit withdraw and revoke, and you will get out the original tokens that you put in. So, really important point. If you're chilling over at sun.io, you're losing money. If you're chilling in Save on Bankroll, you're losing money because Save is at a 1x factor, okay? So, which was great at the time, but with these boosted rates, this is fantastic. Now, another important point, BT Bank Teller has no custody of this pool. So when you mine one Banker, the other Banker that's mined, because Banker is always mined 1-to-1, goes to the community. It goes to the Stronghold pool. If you're not familiar with Stronghold, Stronghold is a TRX. Basically, you put assets in and you get TRX out. You can check out Stronghold videos as well. So basically, Stronghold hardens the price of Banker. So as more people farm, part of those farming rewards go to keep increasing liquidity on Stronghold. And here's the beauty. That liquidity is locked forever. So as this farm blows up, the price of Banker and the amount of liquidity in basically the swap mechanism keeps increasing, which that is another problem that a lot of these farms have, is liquidity. Liquidity tops out and then it dies. With this, basically you're pushing infinite liquidity in the sense that people keep farming, and it just keeps pushing more liquidity into the system. So basically, like I said, BT has no custodialship, and that was always a complaint, that there was custodialship, but this goes back to the community. So let's do WTRX now. So first thing I need to do is wrap some WTRX. You can get wrapped assets on JustSwap, but I don't recommend it. You want to go over to just TronScan. All right, now that you're over at just.tronscan.io, you're going to wrap your TRX. First thing you need to do is log in with tronlink. Log in. All right, shows your balance. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap 1000 TRX. Accept the smart contract. Boom. WTRX by default should show up in your TronLink as well. Head on over back to the farms, and you're going to select your WTRX Banker Saver Pool. So hit select, and I've already approved the contract, but normally you would have to hit approve first, okay? Because I'm already in this pool. So I'm going to go ahead and hit deposit, and I'm going to type in 1000 TRX. It tells me I need about 311 Banker. So not a problem. Head back on over to swap. And I'll just get like 320. About 1050. All right, go ahead and buy my Banker. Swap it out. Boom. Go back over to farm. Give that a minute to post. And control F5 if you need to as well. Farm does take a little longer to load because it's a bigger DAPP. There's a lot more things to load, so just give it a minute. All right, now that it's loaded, go back to your pool, hit select, deposit, and I've got enough Banker. Put in my wrapped TRX, and WPTT will work the exact same way. Click the deposit button, and boom, that's it. It's super easy. Then if I wanted to exit the WTRX pool, I would hit withdraw and revoke. I'd head back on over to just TronScan, and from there I could unwrap. So it's as easy as that. So these farms just started yesterday. The APYs look great. Like I said, if you're in Save, you're losing money. You need to come on over to the farms. If you're in Sun.io, you're losing money. Come on over to the farms. EIEIO. And that's really about it. And you just get those gains and that drip going. This goes back to what I was talking about. Establish those drips. So when times are tight, like they are on the ETH side right now, you've got that nice, steady passive income coming in. So hope you liked today's video. Like and subscribe. And if you use my referral link in the description below, it does help support the channel. Like I said, make sure you bookmark that link so that when you're using it every time, the person that you want to give referrals to does get credit. With that being said, this is Crypto Slow. If you're not talking gains, then we're not talking.